And finally, look at the markets now. The stock markets have hit a 4-month low on selling by the foreign institutional investors. In fact, this is the biggest fall that we're seeing since March 9th. Let's go across to Shweta for more on this. Shweta, that's a steep jump there. We're seeing that it's a fall over 700 points.
That's right. Sensex today falling over 700 points. What we saw was complete bloodbath today on Dalal Street, and it was broad-based selling that we saw not only in some of the blue chip stocks but also in the mid caps and small caps. So what's driving the market southwards? Well, a number of reasons. Of course, foreign institutional investors continue to be spooked about the entire tax issue, the minimum alternate tax that they have to pay retrospectively, and while they still await some sort of clarity, some FPIs have already gone and approached the court. There was one case which was taken up yesterday, but no clarity so far emerging on how some of those tax demands, which are to the tune of nearly 40,000 crores, tax notices that have been slapped on various foreign portfolio investors, how would those be handled? So while tax fears and tax uncertainty continues to drive the markets down, we also have other reasons. For instance, we've seen a spike in crude oil prices. In the last 1 month alone, crude prices have gone up nearly by 20 to 25%, and that clearly comes as bad news for an economy like India that imports nearly 80% of its total crude oil requirements. It's bad news for overall inflation because it will definitely send inflation up. We've already seen petrol and diesel prices being hiked because of the crude price rise. The third reason, of course, also is that corporate earnings, we're in the middle of the results season and corporate earnings haven't been up to the mark. They've been muted, and many experts pointing to the fact that even going ahead, we may see a worse than expected earnings coming from some of the large corporates, and of course fears over the kind of delays that we are seeing in the passage of critical bills. Will GST finally see the light of the day? What is it that the government can get through in terms of serious reform agenda in the current session of Parliament? Those are some of the big question marks that raise bigger worries about the ability of this government to deliver and go ahead and press forward on the reform agenda. Also, Kulsum, very quickly to point out, many experts have been pointing to the fact that the recovery on the ground really hasn't taken off. Industrial output continues to be weak, and on the ground, whether it's real estate, infrastructure, projects continue to be stalled. So overall worries on the economy, taxation, all of that driving markets down. Back to you.